So my special guest in the studio with me today is Zaremba, and the reason I've asked her to come in to talk to us about body confidence is she's actually helped me on my journey to finding body confidence. And I've attended one of her recent classes called the Strut Summit, which we'll talk shortly about. So Zoe, for those who don't know who you are and what you do, what is your background in the fitness industry?
I've been in the fitness industry for 17 years now, and I kind of fell into it because I was at university being a primary school teacher, and I couldn't afford my gym fees, so I offered my services as a volunteer, and at that point they then put me, I was very lucky, they put me on the exercise to music course because of my background in dance, and I just kind of thought, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. I had avoided becoming a professional dancer because I've always been larger than the average dancer, and I didn't ever want to be told to lose weight for a job, so I found the fitness industry, and no one told me to lose weight there. Over the years I did feel pressure that maybe I shouldn't be calling myself a fitness presenter at the fitness conventions because I clearly don't look like I'm in the peak of my fitness. I should drop a few pounds. So I did feel a little bit of pressure to lose weight. And then I realised that just wasn't going to happen. And I was probably about 33 when I realised that I'd wasted much of my adult life being concerned about what others thought about my body, and it doesn't actually matter. And I've probably wasted a lot of time in the gym where I didn't need to be there all the time. And so I decided to just stay as I am, be fit and active, but not worry about fat loss. And I've found that my dancing has helped me do that. So I've developed several brands of dance class that help women feel fabulous about themselves regardless of shape or size. It's all about how you carry yourself, how you hold yourself and what you project out there.
And one of them being the Strut Summit, which we're doing here.
Yes.
Which I found absolutely amazing. It was really good.
Thank you. Yeah, so the Strut Summit is it's a day's event where everyone gets to try all the different types of dance class within the School of Strut. So School of Strut is my umbrella brand, really. And then within that you've got Strutology, which is helping women to walk and dance in their heels. It's not so much about the heel wearing, it's more about the feeling that it gives you to strut down the room and imagine that you're Beyonce. And then also there's Raunch too, which sort of pushes the boundaries a little bit of conventional dance classes. We roll around on the floor and really get our raunch on, which really does unlock something in the ladies. It's not just about having a giggle, which we do. There's quite a deeper level to it, and it can affect people quite a lot. I think you probably felt that.
Yeah, finding my inner diva.
Yes.
So just lastly then, to finish off, if you could give one or two tips to help people at home to find their body confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think that body confidence is a choice. It's a choice that you make. And one you can just decide to be confident, and if you're not, it's about pretending until you notice how people react to you, how they respond to you being confident. And then when you realise that this is a good thing, I might as well just be confident. It's something that you decide to do, as opposed to, it's not like you don't get it by osmosis. It's a choice.
Brilliant. Fantastic, Zoe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I work in a coffee shop, and my question to you is decaffeinated coffee more healthy than regular caffeinated coffee?
Well, caffeine is a stimulant, and it's actually a drug. It's one of the few legal drugs that can be used that actually do enhance sporting performance. I wouldn't actually do a morning run, and I wouldn't do an afternoon workout without having some coffee beforehand or some caffeine boosting drinks. But that doesn't mean it's healthier for you. It certainly makes me work out better in my gym routine, and it makes me run better in the morning. If I was doing a late evening workout, then I wouldn't have caffeine beforehand, because caffeine keeps me and keeps other people, of course, awake. So caffeine's a fine stimulant, but it's not an ideal thing to have for your own health purposes. And the other thing to be aware of is if you have high blood pressure or you will be affected by an accelerated heart rate, then you should try and avoid caffeine as well.
We're now going to learn about the elementary approach to fitness. Elementary approach to fitness? Chris, please tell us a little bit more about this.
Sure. The elementary approach is something that I came up with myself, and it's something that I describe to my clients and people who read my articles and anybody else I come in contact with. I want to give a summary of how to get better, how to get fitter, how to lose some fat in as few words as possible and make it as easy to remember as possible.
Okay.
So I've based it around the word elementary, which is how I think the system is. So Keith, let me ask you, what are the first two letters of the word elementary?
EL.
Correct, EL. And EL in this system means eat less.
Right.
So obviously it makes a difference if you eat better as well. So I want you to eat less overall, but eating better would help. Eating better may be a bit too difficult for many people, but most people in the Western world eat far too much and eating less. And the way I check this with my clients is I ask my clients if they imagine that they ate the day before that I see them twice as much food. So whatever they had for breakfast, they had double that. Whatever they had for lunch, double that. For dinner, double that. And then do that for the entire month. Do they think they'll be fatter than they are now? And they always agree with me that they would be. So I get them to think about moving the scale in the opposite direction. So rather than eating double, how about eating half or
Just eat
3/4?
less.
And it'll work in that direction as well. So
Okay.
obviously eating better would be a good idea.
Yeah.
But eating less is the first two
It's a
letters.
good start, right. Okay, the next two letters?
Next two letters are EM, which
right.
stands for exercise more. So exercise doesn't just have to be in the gym or going out for a 5K run or on a running track or cycling. Exercise can be any form of bodily movement. So if you're talking about walking, just walk a bit brisker. If you're going for a short car drive, forget the car, go for a walk. If you're going up several floors in a building, take the stairs if you can rather than the lift.
Yeah.
Think of ways of getting exercise, think of ways of getting movement into your life. You exercise more by putting your body through more and more movement, and those are all good ways of doing it without going anywhere near a gym.
Use your body, right?
Use your body, yeah.
Okay. All right, so then the next two letters?
Next two letters are EN. So people perhaps were expecting the first two about eating less and exercising more. EN is probably something that's going to be new to most people. EN stands for extend nights.
Right.
And what I mean by extend nights is make the nighttime period where you don't eat longer than it normally is. So I advise all my clients and people following this plan to extend nights up to 12 hours. So you have a 12-hour period during the daytime when you do eat and a 12-hour period during the nighttime when you don't eat.
You're fasting.
Yeah, you're fasting effectively, yes. So you have 12 hours of when you eat. So if you have breakfast at 7 in the morning, say, then eat regularly up until dinner at 7 that night. And then you have a 12-hour period approximately before you eat again. Or if you're going out to dinner and you're eating right through until 10 at night, then make your 12-hour period start at 10 at night and don't have breakfast
10 a.m.
until, correct,
Clever.
until 10 in the morning. So that's when you break your fast by having breakfast.
Good, very good. Very good idea. And so then the remainder?
The remaining letters, TARY, stand for towards a renewed you. So they just summarise the effect. So we're talking about, that's what happens when you put together the first 6 letters. So by eating less, by exercising more, by extending nights, that will lead towards a renewed you.
Very clever, very clever. Did you come up with this term yourself?
I did actually, yeah. I spent a bit of time looking for it and thinking about it and getting it into a word that worked, but now I tell everybody that I meet that's interested in the elementary approach.
Yeah, I tell you should copyright this.
I certainly should.
Yeah, make a fortune from it.
Thanks a lot, Keith.
That's great. Thank you very much. The elementary approach to fitness. This stretch is known as the Cobra stretch, and we're going to be working the front half of the body this time. So what you're going to do is lie straight back down on your belly, nice and relaxed, back on the floor, come up onto the elbows, and you should be feeling a nice warm sensation just below the belly button area. Always remember to engage the glutes as well, to protect your lower back, and eventually the more flexible you get, you'll be able to extend your elbows and get all the way up. Again, remember to engage the glutes, just become aware of your lower back, and always remember to breathe. Hold each stretch for about 3 to 5 seconds and relax. Back down. Simple as that. Nice and simple, and that is known as the Cobra stretch. Okay guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the show. See you again soon.
Yeah.